Balgobin. I am the Dream Decipherer, and I help you to crack the code of your sleeping dreams so you can sleep sound and dream deep. This is the next stage in my 10 days of celebrating my new book. Here it is. There it is. I love it. Wide awake in your dreams, listening to the thoughts of your heart. And in honor of what would have been my mother's 96th birthday today, the paperback version is now live, released, and you can order it. The link is below. But I thought I'd share just few little snippets from the book. I can't give you a lot, even though it's had a massive impact on my life. It's not a huge book, so it's a quick read, but it highlights some of the things that have brought me to this place where I am today as the Dream Decipherer. So I'd like to begin this reading today with a haiku poem that I put at the beginning of the book. And the poem is called Dreams. Dreams show us the way, be the self who lives within our heart's true desire. And to me, that encapsulates what dreams are. They're messages from deep within us to guide us to live the best possible life we can. Now, next I'd like to read some of the acknowledgments. There are many people who have helped me on this journey over the years. Some of them I still remember. Some of them I've probably forgotten. But there are a few people that had to be mentioned, and I'd like to thank them now. The first of those people that I'd like to thank is my mother, who would have been 96 years old today. And it was through her that I am the Dream Decipherer, the fifth in a line of, and probably even longer than that line, of women who dream. To my late sister Pat and my sister Lucia, the two of you who have always encouraged me to use my gift, even though you didn't realize it at the time. To all my wonderful, wonderful wise women, particularly Cheryl and Marion, the founders and principals of the Find Your Why Foundation, because they've all set me firmly on my path several years ago, and they helped me to stay there. To Ryan Grubb, whom I met so-called by chance, who helped heal the inner child who had problems with money so that the adult could finally thrive. Thank you, Ryan. You have been a blessing. To my two coaches, I waited years for coaches, and then I got two at once, like buses. But to Phyllis and to Des, and despite the fact that you live in two different countries and have never met, the two of you have been the perfect match for me to move on in my new life, and I thank you. To my editors, now these are the people who nobody really gets to hear about, but I want to celebrate them here, and they're my editors and people looking at my translations. That's Shireen, who we heard from yesterday in an interview, Irene, who you'll be hearing from in a few days in an interview, Angela, Alfonso, Kevin, and Mashehi. All of these wonderful people have stepped up and are busily working on either, they help me editing the English version, or they're working on the translations at the moment. And you'll be hearing a little bit more about that in the future. And finally, to two people, one in spirit and one very much present, who have always given me unconditional love and support. So G and W, wherever you both are, I know you're listening, and I know you know how much I love and appreciate you. Thank you. So those are my acknowledgments. And I'll give you a little bit of the introduction and some interesting facts about dreams. My involvement with the world of dreams is my heritage as well as my joy. I am the fifth in the line of women whom I call dreamers, those who dream for the benefit and healing of others. I was always the different one, seeing and understanding things far beyond my age or experience, including understanding dreams. Instead of playing with dolls at 3, I was reading books, massaging people and pets, and growing morning glories with my mother on our fire escape in New York, in the Bronx. My siblings, Pat and Elgin, were 13 and 8 years older than me, respectively. In essence, I was their toy when they weren't fighting with each other, that is. I rarely told people about my dreaming ability outside of my family. I was already the odd one. I was called Brainiac, Four Eyes, because I wore thick glasses, stuck up, among other things, even less pleasant. So there was really no need to put myself completely beyond the pale of acceptability by saying I could understand dreams. And so I grew up ignoring the intuitive, spiritual side of myself until one day I found myself screaming, absolutely screaming at the universe about the shipwreck of my life. But more on that one later. Now, I thought I'd change things up a little bit and give you some interesting facts and maybe some fun facts that you didn't know about dreams. So, how about the fact that 50% of a dream is forgotten within 5 minutes of waking up? How many of you out there, and I can't see you, but put your put your hand up if you say quite regularly or all the time, I forget my dreams or I don't remember my dreams. You're not alone. Um, obviously, most people forget the majority of their dreams within 5 minutes of waking up. However, what if you start to make an effort to remember your dreams? Your unconscious mind will help you. For example, having a small notebook by your bed to jot down a word or two to jog your memory when you wake up. You don't need to write War and Peace, just a few words may help. Or having a glass of water before going to bed. The unconscious is likened to, and our emotions are likened to water or to energetically. So having a glass of water with the intention that you'll remember your dreams can help you to recall your dreams better. Did you also know that lucid dreaming can be used for your benefit? Lucid dreaming is dreaming basically being wide awake in your dreams, like the title of the book. It's when you are aware that you are dreaming. Have you ever had a dream like that? I have. I remember having nightmares when I was younger and thinking in the dream, thank God this is only a dream. So some part of you is still conscious and aware that you're in a dream state. Now you can use that to kind of set intentions or to program certain behaviors or outcomes to in a situation, and to resolve problems of one kind or another. And we'll talk about that problem solving bit in another second. Did you realize that most people dream in color? Now, in my dream lives, I've been talking about how dreams can be in color or not in color, and that has an impact on the meaning of the dream. But most people now dream in color. Before the advent of color television, only 15% of people dreamt in color. Now, 75% of people dream in color, and that includes people who may be blind but had sight at one time. They can dream in color. Now, here's a fact that you may not be too happy about, and that is technology may be a large part of why we don't sleep well. I don't think there's any surprise there. Keeping your phone or tablet in your room not only disturbs you with constant pinging, um, but that blue light um, that that is emitted by these devices will interfere with the production of serotonin and melatonin, which are only produced at the deepest levels of sleep. So if you're constantly you're having your sleep pattern disturbed by that blue light, it's going to mess up your sleep patterns and you won't be happy about it. Now, um, dreams can be used for problem solving and creativity. I told you I'd come back to that point. There are a number of inventions that were created as the result of dreams. I'll name a few for you. Google, yep, Google was the result of a dream. The DNA double helix, that double spiral, result of a dream. Sewing machines were invented because of a dream. Einstein's famous theory of relativity equation, E equals mc squared, came to him from a dream. And the novels Frankenstein was also the result of a dream. Or I would have said that was more likely to be a nightmare, but there you go. So dreams are a real fount of problem solving capability, creativity, and we should really be tapping into it more because it is there to help guide us really for our benefit. So that's my little snippet for today. There will be another reading with a different reading on the second launch, which will be on the 19th. But in the meantime, keep looking out for the different posts, and there will be offers and giveaways and different things going on. So keep looking out. Buy that book. The paperback version is available. It's out now. The link is there. And another highlight that will be coming up, besides the second book reading, but before that, will be an interview with another good friend, colleague, interpretation course, Irene Elliott. Thank you